They are the stars of Serenity. It is Anne Hathaway and Matthew McConaughey. The conversation continues. Behind the bar, it's Graham Bunn. He was the host of Real Country on USA. You can find him all over the radio, too. Matthew, Morgan D. emailed and wants to know the most surprising thing you learned about the LGBT community while filming Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, good question. What's the most surprising thing?
Or I guess maybe even just what did you take away from that experience? Because...
Yeah, it wasn't like anything that I remember learning that was surprising.
Right.
You know, the story was about getting certain rights that people needed. It was about survival. It was about a system that didn't, that still held a lot of people that had that disease sort of really off to the fringes.
Yeah.
And it were people like Woodruff that were able to push some things across. He didn't push anything across the proverbial goal line, but he got the subject matter in a forum where it was not so taboo and off to the outskirts anymore. And people like him helped things level out to be a level playing field, a more level playing field that it became.
Let's go to Cindy from Florida on the phone. Hey, Cindy, what's your question?
Hello, Ann and Andy. And hello, Mr. Matthew McConaughey. Hey. Whoa. My question is for Ann.
Oh.
Are you sure?
Okay.
What was the most Barbara thing Barbra Streisand said or did while you collaborated with her on her encore album? And did she invite you to see her underground shopping mall?
Did you see them all?
I did not see them all. We did not record at Barbara's house.
Okay. What was the most Barbara thing Barbara did? Did she have a great manicure?
She had a great manicure. Her
Were the
hair
clone
was
dogs
perfect. No dogs there. Okay, so not from the time that I sang with her on this one, but I do have another Barbra Streisand story that is the most Barbara thing ever.
I'm all ears.
I got to perform at Stephen Sondheim's, I think it was his 75th birthday, at the Hollywood Bowl. You know, it was very much, it was at the beginning of my career. I was just a little actress. I begged to be a part of it, so I got to sing one part, and I was just like performing with all my musical theater icons and heroes. And Barbara, the question was, is Barbara going to sing? Is she going to, you know, but we knew she was going to speak. What's going to happen? So Barbara arrives. When Barbara arrives, she arrives. So she's got security and assistance and maybe a child, I'm not sure. But then her, and then behind her was someone holding her dog who wasn't walking, and then two more security, and then some other, and then like hair and makeup, and it was just this amazing, it wasn't even an entourage, it was like the royal court moving. The only problem was they had called her for her cue too early, so she walked past all of us and then had to turn around and walk past us again.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's go to Amy from Louisiana. Hey, Amy, what's your question?
Hey, Andy. My question is for Matt. Matt, I think you're absolutely precious, by the way. My question is, do you think you are ever going to get a proper Dazed and Confused sequel?
Do I think I'll ever get a proper Dazed and Confused sequel? Look, Richard Linklater, who wrote and directed Dazed and Confused, and I have talked about what would be the follow-up to Dazed. He's talked to me about it. He's talked to other actors and actresses that were in that movie, basically interviewing all of us, like, what do you think you'd be doing? Well, what would Wooderson be doing? He's obviously gone on and made some sort of sister films to that, but not a Big Brother or follow-up directly to it. I don't know. You know, it could be done so easily at the same time. There's something so pristine about that film and the world it lives in. But you're not the only one interested in it, I'll tell you that.
I bet. There is something great about just leaving it as it is.
Yeah, it's all great, but you also, if we could go back, and it's far enough in the background where you could do it where it wouldn't really be bound to comparisons.
Right.
But, you know, until that happens or doesn't happen.
He's also so brilliant about, I mean, Boyhood, it just changed everything. I mean, so then when you think about the idea of taking these people and it's 25 years later or however many years later, I mean, that... I'm all over the map about how I feel about this. Let's go to Shelley from Missouri. Hey, Shelley.
Hi, Andy Cohen. On behalf of the Show Me State, I just want to say congratulations And many, many, many blessings on your upcoming adventures. We are so proud of you. You are a gem of Missouri, I got to tell you.
Thank you.
My question. Oh, you're so wonderful. Oh, you are. We love you. Now, we're cold. It's a lot of snow here. Anyway, how awesome. How awesome for you. I'm so excited for you. My question is for Miss Hathaway. Miss Ann, oh my gosh, are you just not awesome? My question for you, dear, is what is the status of the Judy Garland movie that you were to be starring in? Inquiring minds want to know.
You're just the most adorable voice I've ever heard. My mom loves sailing. And there's an expression in sailing when you're kind of stuck out there and there's no wind in your sail, and it's called being in irons. That's where the Judy Garland project is. It's in irons. The momentum's kind of...
Really?
Yeah. So the good news is that she had a long life, and I was always going to focus on the part of her life centered around the Carnegie Hall show. So it's not something where we're running out of time or anything like that. So it could still very much happen, but right now there's not a ton of momentum in it.
Boy, I'm looking at your face, and I'm really actually kind of seeing it.
I saw it too, yeah. Once you brought it up, yeah.
Thanks.
It's wild.
It would be very nice if it worked out. It's something that me and a lot of other people have put a lot of time and thought into. But these things happen as they do.
Right.
And it's kind of, and I mean, look at Glenn Close and The Wife. I mean, we've got 14 years to get made. So, the journey's good too.
Last call of the night. It is Debbie from Indiana. Debbie, what's your question for Matthew McConaughey?
Hello to everybody. My question's for Matthew. What was your honest opinion of season 2 of True Detective?
Season 2?
Yeah. Did you watch?
I enjoyed season 2.
You did?
I enjoyed season 1 more. I did. I did. I thought, Nick, the creator, got the second season still had a lot of brilliance, but in looking back at it, I was sort of missing, Marty Hart in season 1, played by Woody Harrelson. As odd as he was, and as specific as he was still sort of the realistic sounding board for Rustin Cole's insanity or the world. He would be like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And I thought, I kind of missed that in season 2, that I didn't see anybody, there was not a sounding board for someone to sit there and look at everyone else and go, is anyone else watching there? What are you talking about? Sort of just that bounce that grounded it. I like season 1 more because it felt more personal to me. And yes, I did happen to be in it. But I love season 1 of True Detective is my favorite series of TV I've ever seen. And I can say that with the fact that I'm in it. I just thoroughly enjoyed it and could not wait to sit down every Sunday night and watch that. It's really the first sort of water cooler series that I absolutely enjoyed. And yes, I happened to be in it, but I just loved the story and loved the writing, loved everybody in it, and couldn't wait to see every single episode.
How great to be able to say that about something that you made, and you actually sat and watched it.
Oh, every episode, like everyone else. I made it. So you'd think I knew what was going to happen next, but I didn't remember where the series ended and where the episodes ended. And then they sent them on. I said, no, you know what? I want to go with my wife each Sunday night, and that'd be our schedule, that we sit down and watch it. And then Monday, I was talking about it like anybody else who was a fan. And Tuesday, I was like, you see
That's great.
Detective last night?
That's
so I had a
cool.
wonderful experience watching that.
That's cool. Well, it's so fun seeing you two together, and I'm excited about the movie. The movie, guess what, you guys? You can probably hit a midnight showing right now. Go, you can make it if you're in New York City. Thank you. The movie is Serenity. Anne Hathaway, Matthew McConaughey, Graham Munn. For more, click around BravoTV.com. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Graham. Thanks for watching. Watch more clips here and subscribe to our channel here. See ya.